Cult of the Lamb is an action roguelite game where you start your own cult, build a loyal community of followers, and spread your word to become the one true cult. We also have a goal of beating the heretics in the game, which are the 4 bishops. So yeah, come and watch my adventure as I play 100 days of Cult of the Lamb. So let's begin. On the very first day, or the start of our adventure, we walk towards our doom. We are about to be executed and observed by the 4 bishops. That is Leshy, Heket, Tent, and the Spider. I forgot their names. And as I brace myself for death, everything stopped, and all I see is white. Seems on our death, we have been visited by the one who waits. He said he would give us power, but with a price. We will make a cult under his name. So I said yes, sure, absolutely. So I came back alive, and with the sword and the new power on hand, I absolutely destroyed the enemies. And as I was on my way to escape, we were visited by Ratau. He was a former vessel. He was sent to help us escape. And while on the way to escape, we actually found a fellow animal that was bound in ropes and spider webs, I believe. So we will save him now from these monsters or these evil creatures that are keeping him in prison. Of course, it's hard to protect someone, so we sent him to the void. And we'll call him out from the void once we escape the area. It seems we have safely escaped the area. And the red crown will allow us to use these markings. These markings are basically a teleport stone where we can teleport to the cult, to anywhere in the map that's available. No one has lived in this area, and as you can see, it's full of resource and garbage. So the very first thing we should do, as Ratau said, is to indoctrinate the followers so he can help us with our cult. This was our very first follower to our cult. And I'm not sure. I think I draw a pretty unlucky follower here. Her perks is not really good. Anyways, we gave her some clothes that says, "You're our follower now." And I told her to mine some stones or chop some trees. And she happily complied. So yeah, Ratau told me that we cannot live on prayers alone. So we need to make a structure that can cook us food. So that's what I'm doing. I'm chopping some wood and mining some stones. And with enough material, I built a cooking fire. This is where we're gonna be cooking food. Cooking has a mini game. It's just like this. You just time it right. And when you hit it properly, comes out the food. Next, Ratau told me to go explore to the land of the old fate and return with gold so we can make our shrine. And so with the help of our follower, we have opened the gates to the dark wood. And so let the monster extermination begin. So the controls are pretty simple. Just walk the monsters with my slash attack, and we also have a dodge roll. There's also this neat NPC that gives us like tarot cards that bestows us with power randomly. Basically RNG. Bless me, RNGesus. And as I was exploring the dungeon and destroying evil monsters, Leshy decided to pay it a visit. Couldn't believe that I was still alive, but he noticed that we have been bestowed by power. But he told us that he's far stronger than we are. Well, we'll see about that.
You kept so fast in the lab. My followers are willing to do anything for me. I keep myself to the cause of my leader. But the word will be hit for destroy the red crown.
So yeah, this is our very first boss fight. And it's pretty easy. And now his follower is now my follower. Into the void you go. Yes. I was actually lucky to get a moon necklace on our very first dungeon run. This one is really good. We can give this to a follower and they will work to day and night without sleeping. It's gonna be very good workforce. Now we have follower number 2, Amdushas. Let's go. So with some gold on hand, we finally made the shrine. Now the followers can worship us. After Ratau finished explaining to us how devotion and shrine works, he gave us a free follower. Yay! And her job will be to worship forever and give us devotion we need to get stronger. For this reason, I gave her the moon necklace. She will worship the statue day and night, 24/7, non-stop until the day she dies. After gathering the very first devotion I have, I now had enough experience to make the temple. The temple, this is where our teachings of the cult will be held. So yeah, listen to me guys. If you like the video so far, consider subscribing and click that like button too. Thank you. With your lovely support, we now have your faith. And with your faith, we can unlock some skills. For now, I unlock half a heart. That's my first skill. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I have an extra health. Let's go. Alright, so with the temple and sermon done, we have officially unlocked the clock. This will be the one responsible for tracking our days now. On my second visit on the Darkwood, I've been bestowed by an axe. It's a very high damage weapon, but slower than the sword. But still, the damage is massive. As I progressed further in the dungeon, Ratao paid me a visit again and told me that the one who waits is pleased with our progress, so he granted us a crown ability. So basically, a crown ability or a curse ability is using fervor. It's like basically our skill shot. And these fervors are gained through attacking enemies with a normal attack, or I think killing them. Also met this giant owl named Haru. He just tells us some random stories. So yeah, with our newfound power and our axe, I easily saved this follower from impending doom of being sacrificed or killed. So yeah, as I went deeper, I met the owl again. Haru the owl. Is it actually an owl? I'm not sure. I'm just assuming it's an owl. Anyways, he gave us commandment stones. Basically, commandment stones are used in the shrine where we can give doctrines to our followers. Basically a commandment. So as I was dungeon crawling some more, Leshy paid us a visit again, saying, "We are an unworthy bearer of the red crown." Well, let me show you my power. So I smack his little followers or minions to doom with my axe very easily. Alright, this is the second boss encounter. Its name is Valipar. It's not really tough, kind of squishy. We have a bit of health left, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all. I'm just slowly kiting its health down and being safe as I can. Well, I was actually very careless and I died. I was so close. I got resurrected back to the village, and with the doctrine on hand, I have unlocked the bonfire ritual. This basically makes us dance around fire and increase our faith. But in order to perform this, the bones of our enemies are needed. So we'll have to kill more enemies, get bones, and perform the rituals. Before heading out again to Darkwood, I made my followers beds so they can comfortably sleep in the village. As I was exploring Darkwood again, I met this guy called Jujol. He said he was so angry. He said they're all dead. How could he? He has a darkness in his soul, but I told him I absolved him and I want him to join my cult. I'm gonna keep watch on him though. If he does anything bad, he's dead. Anyways, round 2 with Valifar. This time, I'm better than before. I'm gonna carefully kite him till he dies, being more safe than before. And look, he didn't even manage to hit me even once. I learned my lesson of being complacent and getting hit all the time. So we won our second boss fight and we got another follower. Let's go. To the void you go. I like how this guy always compliments us every time we finish a mission. Alright, I will not disappoint you. My god. Remember Aaron, our very first member? So he told us the cult is growing, so we need to name the cult. I thought at first Rook Cult would be good, but it sounded weird. So in the end, I called it the Cult of the Rogu because maximum characters. Yeah, nice ring, right? Right. With enough bones of the enemies, we can finally start the bonfire ritual. So yeah, that was it. That was the bonfire ritual. It increases our faith. I then made a farming area because, you know, we'll be running out of food. The cult is growing and we have a lot of mouths to feed. And I have a lot of seed with me on hand. So yeah, I think farming is a good idea. But I don't really want to do this a lot. So I'm just hoping to unlock the farmhouse soon. So the followers can farm instead of us. We'll also need a janitor station so they can clean their own poop. These dirty guys. And with enough devotion, we finally unlock the ability to make a farming house. But sadly, our followers can only water the crops and plant them, but not pick them up. That's the only sad thing here. And I hate it. We'll need to unlock a higher tier farming station so they can pick up the plants as well. Anyways, at least they water the plants. After I was done taking care of the cult, I went to the Lonely Shack and absolutely destroyed Ratao on this dice game. And also, since my followers actually obtained a lot of devotion, we upgraded our cult to Cult 2. We now have a better looking shrine. It seems Leshy reported us to his buddies Heket and Kalamar. They visited us while we are on the journey in Darkwood to fight one of Leshy's minions again. Cold for his friends because I'm very close to fighting him. The third boss is called Barbados. It's a giant worm. But with our axe and with our curse attacks, it's actually pretty easy to kill this guy. And these attacks are really easy to avoid. You just have to look underground and... well, yeah, as you can see. Goodbye, Barbados. Not really, join my cult. And with that done, only one more, then we will face Leshy. Oh yeah, I haven't really explained the mechanics of the areas. Basically, each time you clear the Darkwood or the doors to an area, you basically unlock one of the 4 locks before you can fight Leshy or the main bishops. Taking care of the cult has slowly been draining my energy. I really need to unlock new stuff like a kitchen or farming station too. I swear to God, Andusias is such a bully. He's trying to bully Pabre so much. Pabre is a new follower we have. He's like a scaredy cat cow right now and he wants him to eat some ball of poop. But yeah, if we don't do it, he will lose some faith. So I just said yes. Maybe Pabre will like it. We'll see. Next day, after I finished my sermon, I actually gained enough commandment fragments to make another doctrine. For this doctrine, I chose the work and worship doctrine. I chose the industrious trait as I want my cult members to be more productive, you know, so we can progress much further in our cult. Man, look at Fabre's innocent face as he ate that poop. I mean, ball of poop. I wonder what his reaction is. Oh my god. He got sick, but he's fine. Yeah, I hate Amsodias. He's such a bully, man. Look at this bully's smiling face, and it is so funny, he said. I'm watching you, Amsodias. So I visited Darkwood again, and immediately Leshy was there. He was proclaiming we should end this. So yeah, let's end this, Leshy. As I made my way towards the area where Leshy is, I see a lot of cultists surrounding him. You grow tired of me? Put an end to this? Sure. He needs some sacrifice to actually get stronger. Let's see what you can do, buddy. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's a lot of blood. Oh, he became a giant worm. Let's see what he's got. So basically, this guy summons like baby worms to aid him in battle. So I carefully took care of the minions first before actually trying to hit Leshy. This was my means of like not putting myself in danger and being surrounded by a bunch of mobs. There's a pretty neat plan where I'm safe and I'm able to avoid danger that he's trying to hit me with. Well, not really. I got hit by the spike. Honestly, that was only my careless mistake, but now that I've seen what he does, I'm more careful now and I can easily dodge all he can throw at me. And that's the end of Leshy. We have defeated him. And he gave us a heart of a heretic. This will power us up. The one who waits was very happy with this progress. And as I returned to the cult, I was celebrated alongside my cult members with the victory I have achieved. The very first skill I got was Resurrection. We basically sacrifice our follower in order for us to be resurrected and fight the bosses again. So this was actually a pretty good skill, right? We sacrifice our followers for the greater good so we can live again. I made a building called the Missionary. It basically sends some of our followers on a mission to hunt for materials. It can be lumber, stone, coin, or meat. But right now we really need some food because our cult is growing. And yeah, I sent my follower to get some meat. Hopefully he survives. It's a 90+% chance that he would be successful. It would be crazy if he died. After everything that I needed to do at my cult was done, I opened the gates to Anura with the help of my followers. And we now have access to Anura. Anura. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anura? Well, I had a follower quest to locate Julno. I think a sibling of one of our followers. It's this rabbit right here where I just rescued. Monsters and the bosses in this place gotten stronger since we already killed Leshy. But as you can see, this is the Witness Agaras. Witness, I'm not sure why they have the Witness name, but they basically drop an item called a Witness Eye at the end of the fight. Even though it was tougher, it was no match for our weapon, our skill, and our poison. So we took care of it rather simply and got ourselves a new follower plus an item called Eye of the Witness, which will be useful later on. Not now. After beating that boss, I was visited again by the one that waits, and now he gave us a doctrine to have the sacrifice of the flesh. We basically kill one of our followers and obtain strength from them. I'm gonna be using this on old followers because they're gonna be dying anyways. So at the very least, they make us stronger. It seems Barbatos was successful with the mission and came home with 20 meat and 6 morsel. More food for the cult. Let's go. So he deserves a well-deserved rest. Come you hungry boys, eat some meat. I also had an upgrade to the sleeping quarters of our followers. I have upgraded their sleeping bags to a tent. Once I have enough materials, I'll convert everything to a tent. For now, only a few of them has a tent. And since we're getting a little bit crowded, I moved the sleeping quarters to the left side of the map. I added some decoration like hay for the ground as I think it looks more decent than the usual grass. I'm not sure. What do you think? After getting another commandment stone, I got in the Ritual of Enlightenment. It basically boosts our devotion generation speed by 20% for the next 3 days. This will be very good to unlocking new stations for our base. Spared no time and did the ritual so we can gain more devotion. And yeah, that was it. We now gain 20% more devotion for the next 3 days. This is a new station I built for the base. It's called a refinery. Basically, it can make higher tiered items like a wooden planks using lumber. We'll be needing this to make an outpost. Basically, a restroom for our followers to poop in. With the current level of our devotion right now, I manually did a bunch of stuff like farming and cooking for our followers. It's honestly time consuming and I really want to level up as fast as I can or get more devotion so we can just leave these guys to take care of themselves. So that's what I'm hoping for. I want them to devote their life or devotion right now for the next 3 days. I really need to level up so I can unlock a farmer station so they can harvest it themselves and not require me to harvest for them. And honestly, 12/20 until we unlock new recipes and it's kinda far. It's gonna take a while before we can automate farming. For now, I decided to visit a place called the Pilgrim's Passage. There were a bunch of berries lying around, so I gladly took them. Also, I was very curious. I saw the lighthouse, so I went in. It seems like there was another cult living here. This was the lighthouse keeper, and they were having problems right now. So she asked for help to fix the lighthouse. And sure, I'll fix this when I can. Next, I talked to this guy called the Fisherman. So I started trying out fishing. It wasn't really that hard. It felt like one of Stardew Valley's fishing, where you just try to put the hook on this bar until you pull the fish towards you. And there we go. We caught some fishes. Let's go. So I fished for a while so I can feed the cult. So gave this guy some of the fishes we obtained in exchange for some fragments of this emblem thingy. I'm not sure what it was right now, but I think it's pretty important. After submitting the 4 fishes you need, we completed one. And now we can this is actually called the Holy Talisman. And with the Holy Talisman, we can exchange it for some fleeces. Basically the cape or wardrobe we're wearing right now. Also, as you can see, with the sermons I've been giving to my followers for the past few days, we have improved a lot of skills lately. We're now having like necromantic weapons and unlock the next expertise of better weapon gears once we level up again. For the Holy Talisman, I use it to unlock the Fleece of Fates. It basically draws 4 tarot cards from the start, but I will no longer get tarot cards while I do the run. It's pretty good. At least we start with 4 tarot cards. One of my main source of income right now for the cult in terms of coins are the golden poops. I really like it when I see a golden poop spawn. There's sometimes these glowing fertilizers or glowing poops, but golden fertilizer or the golden poops are the main winners of this place. I also unlocked the janitor station so our followers can clean up on their own, so I don't need to, clean up on their mess. The good thing though is they don't clean the golden poop. I want them to not clean the golden poop because I want to clean the golden poop. I had a quest for Darkwood, so I went to Darkwood for now. And look at the white fleece. It already gave me like 4 cards. It's pretty cool because I don't need to look for them anymore. The tarot card holders. Anyways, we also unlocked the ability to do heavy attacks. And with the dagger, its heavy attack is like throwing daggers on the floor like this. Hold on. Like that. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure how much damage it does, but probably would be big, right? It's actually a very situational heavy attack because it's pretty hard hitting these bats. Also, I'm using a mouse and keyboards. It's pretty hard to control this. I wish I had my controller right now. I then declared another doctrine called the Holiday Ritual. It basically gives our followers a holiday where they won't work for a day, which increases their faith. Next, while exploring Darkwood, I encountered this guy called Kemek. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the name right, but he basically provides us with relics. Relics are basically something like an item we can use and can be charged by fighting enemies. Well, some are fragile, which means it can only be used once. So this is a relic in action. There's a bunch of relics, but this relic I'm holding right now, it summons lightning to deliver damage to enemies. I then made a building called the Healing Bay. It basically used some flowers I gained from Darkwood to heal someone who is sick from a cult. It's pretty useful. If ever the cult is stricken with a sickness, a plague, or anything. Anyways, it prevents it from spreading further by healing it directly with the flowers you obtained from Darkwood. As the cult was growing further and further, I needed a bunch more materials. So I made a bunch of lumberyard and stone mines. So I can gather stones and lumber easily. I mean, my followers can gather some. Going inside the dungeon, I noticed there were 2 new NPCs called Hellob who sells followers for 50 coins. Doesn't really sell, but we buy it to save them. And there's also this rainbow caterpillar called Rakshasa who sells seeds for our farm. Really interesting. Alright, so it's finally time for me to visit Anura. The monsters here were mostly frogs and flies. And a bunch of, the bush thingy that's like leshy but smaller that shoots a ball of fire. And the environment is mostly red and are mostly mushrooms. I think this is gonna play a big role eventually, the mushrooms. While I was minding my own business, Heket paid us a visit. The next bishop, that is our target to kill. The second bishop. This bishop was a beast. He suddenly summoned our followers and made him very hungry, and now he's angry and starving at the same time. Kinda annoying. I need to clear this area and feed him so he won't die from hunger. And here we meet Gushin, one of the bosses in the Anura map. So with the axe on hand, he didn't really pose a problem. The damage were pretty strong. What he usually does is just lay some eggs, jump around, shoot some bullets that are very easy to dodge. I guess I should have chosen hard mode, but at the same time, I might regret it if I did choose hard mode. I'm currently playing on a medium difficulty, and as you can see, it's not that hard. And, okay, he's almost dead. I can just tank and like just kill this guy, and there we go. We've done it. We have a new follower to the void. You go. Since we finally had a follower that has age enough to be considered an old man and does nothing at the cult anymore, I decided to sacrifice him for the greater good. Sacrificing him would mean getting more fate points, which means we can get more perks or passive skills. So that's what I did. I sacrificed him, and we celebrated for this glorious sacrifice, and I gained myself another skill point, which I leveled up Curse of the Horde. Honestly, the followers wasn't happy with us. We lost about 15 fate because we sacrificed someone. I got another quest again to feed Pabre to eat a ball of poop. Amsodius is such a bad guy, I swear to God. And now he's sick. Now we gotta cure him. I'm so just one day this guy will get what he deserves. I just can't deny him because he will lose faith. But maybe we can sacrifice him next. So I dungeon crawled Anura again. I saw this crazy-eyed mushroom, and they said they were sent by the Great Sozo to look for menticide mushrooms. I'm not sure what they're talking about, but showed us a map to the Spore Grotto where we can meet the Great Sozo. He said that as long as we bring him some menticide mushrooms, he will be happy to meet with us. So I broke a bunch of boxes here. I shouldn't be hurting them, but I was quite tempted. Since one died and they dropped some mushrooms, I decided to just, murder everyone. Get the mushrooms. So, the next boss is called Eligus. It was like a bat. Pretty annoying to fight with because he summons a lot of flies. But since we had a fast weapon in hand, it was kind of simple. So I took care of him in no time. I had a lot of extra health going with me, so I didn't really care about the damage that much. And plus one follower. Let's go. Alright, I have a doctrine called the Feasting Ritual. What it basically does is feed all my followers to their fullest, and also we receive fate because of our goodwill towards this doctrine by feeding them. So it's a win-win situation for the stomach and the fate. It's kinda something to do when our followers are hungry and their fate is low. Right, I changed the entire flooring to dirt because I didn't want to see the grasses again. The grass makes it hard for me to spot some poop lying around. I still didn't have a janitor station for the followers to clean themselves up, and they usually don't clean up some poop, so it's kinda annoying as well. So this was a good thing to do so I can spot poop easily so my followers won't get sick if ever there's too much poop lying around. I swear to God, this bully. We will sacrifice him next. Why does he bully Pabre so much? What did Pabre ever do to him? And yeah, don't judge me. I'm doing this so he doesn't lose faith. I'm gonna release Pabre after I imprison him instantly because he's not a deserter, he's our loyal follower, and I'm sorry he has to go through this. At least this guy is happy, You're gonna be our next sacrifice, okay? So I went to the Spore Grotto and met with Sozo. So basically, this crazy guy is passionate about mushroom and he wants us to collect mushrooms for him, come back and give it to him. And he will give us something in return. So yeah, we should be able to see some mushrooms in Anura dungeon now. Since I had some mushroom from killing some mushroom people before, I gave him like about 15 pieces, but it's not enough, he said. We should bring him more so he can teach us the brainwashing doctrine. But at the very least, he gave us a fragment for the fleeces. This one. Also, one of our followers died while on a mission. It was 90+%. How could you die? I guess he was so unlucky to die at that 10%. That's so sad. Butchered his body since I was so lazy to make a burial site. Lost a lot of faith, but don't worry, we can give a sermon and some rituals. So I found this really cool artifact that can stop time. The world! Neat, huh? I also found out that there was a merchant called Fornius. It's a big cat. Big fat cat. And he gives about random wares from blueprints to doctrine tablet fragments. I'm just happy to receive free stuff. There's also Kudai right here. That seems to be a blacksmith NPC. He basically has weapons or curses for us to pick so we can get stronger. I chose this dagger and look at my attack rate. I actually had a card that increases my attack rate, so I slash so fast with my dagger. Alright, so the next boss is Zepar. It's a frog. Look at my attack speed! Oh my god, I'm just gonna spam my curse and like slash him to death. It doesn't really matter if I tank everything. I have so many health right now. It's so fun with this. I feel like I'm on speed hacks or something. Look at that, just slapping with my gloves on his face. And he's dead. +1 follower. Honestly, all my cult members were really down. Look at their fate. It's already in the yellow bar. Lower than half. So I decided to proclaim this day as a holiday. They will have 1 day of not working in the cult. And we could raise their fate to the max. So it was a really good ritual for this. Everyone's happy, right? But they're not working. Also, with enough devotion, I upgraded my cult to cult level 3. Look at our statue. It looks better now. We met a very interesting NPC called a Flinky. He was a friend of Ratau's, and he talked with us and he said that he wanted to challenge us for a game. I think it was called... Let's just call it the dice game because I forgot what it's called. So I'll be meeting him in the Lonely Shack alongside Ratau. But I don't really plan on playing those minigames right now. Anyways, it was time to fight Hecate now. The second bishop out of the 4 bishops we need to kill. Hecate was actually a giant frog. Looks pretty dangerous, but with our curse, I think it'll be easy. I got hit by his lick attack though, but this bombfly isn't really a threat. What the threat is there's random frogs just jumping out of nowhere. They're pretty annoying, so we need to deal with them. Actually, no. I can feel... No, we got this. We have 3 health and it's already half health. Should be very easy. And with his last struggle and a slice with my axe, Hecate died. And we got another Heretic's Heart, meaning another perk will be unlocked. Let's go. That smile though. It seems the one who waits enjoyed us destroying Hecate. It was not for his entertainment, but okay, Mr. God, I'm glad you're enjoying. He is the source of our power after all. We should be nice to him. So the next skill I unlocked was called Omnipresence, which basically makes us able to return to base even if the crusade hasn't finished yet. It's pretty helpful, which I never actually use any point of the game, because either I die or I actually finish the mission completely. Hey, look, who's this? Remember Amdusias? He's old now, meaning prime for sacrifice. You little freaking bully. Oh my god, this lucky guy. It's on cooldown right now. And finally, we have unlocked Farmhouse 2. Now our follower can harvest the crops themselves. We don't need to do it anymore. And this will greatly save us time from harvesting these berries and other plants. I also built about 2 poop stations, so at the very least our base will remain clean, not full of poop. They now poop at a certain area instead of just randomly. So that's cool. Oh, remember that ritual? I totally forgot that I should be sacrificing Amsodias, but sacrifice this hardworking devotion servant instead. So now I'm gonna regret my action. I should have killed the bully. Anyways, it is what it is. So alright, that's 2 out of 4 locks unlocked. Our next place of interest is the one on the very left side. This place is called Anchor Deep, and it requires 9 followers to open the door. So with our help of our cultist followers, we have opened the door to the next point of interest. Let's go. I then went back to the Spore Grotto to give Sozo more of the mushrooms I collected. So he taught me of a skill or a doctrine called brainwashing ritual, which was very good. It makes your fate max for the next 2 days. So if ever our fate is below a certain threshold, we can just brainwash them to thinking we have full faith. And we're safe for the next 2 days to resolve all the issues with fate. So this was Anchor Deep. It was full of creatures like a spiky bush, some big soldiers, and the entire area was like covered in ocean. We're like underwater right now. For some reason we can breathe. I don't know why. Maybe because of the power of the red crown. Once again, one of the bishops visited us while we're doing our crusade. He basically made one of our followers ill or sick. I guess he's the bringer of sickness or a plague. And I hate him. Now I gotta go home and cure Barbados before he spreads the disease to our other followers. So our first boss encounter in Anchor Deep is Salios. He was a giant spiky bush who charges like that. He actually deals a pretty decent damage. Nah, not really. Just half a heart as usual. Everyone almost deals the same. Just half a heart. But I really do hate his charging attack because sometimes it's really hard to avoid because it's pretty fast. But anyways, it's not really that hard to beat with our curse and our axe and our poison. He is already dead. And welcome to the cult. So after I went back to the base, I immediately healed Barbatos so he won't spread the disease to the other cultists. Swear to God, these golden poops are amazing. We won't be lacking any coins anytime soon because a lot of our cultists actually poop gold. It's crazy. So I tried out the ritual of the ocean's bounty. It basically gives us double the amount of fish when we're fishing. As far as I know, is how I read it. So I went fishing and stayed here for a very long time. Because if you didn't know, special fishes actually sell for a lot of coins. And coins is what we currently need right now. And for the regular fishes, they're not that expensive, but I'm going to be using them to feed the cult. As I return to the cult, it seems Amsodius just died a natural death. But right now, it's being covered by my other cultists, so I can't really pick him up. I can't click his body at all. Finally decided to make a burial ground, so this is where I'm gonna be burying my dead followers. I'm gonna expand this. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of dead people eventually. So for the past few days, I just did some tender loving care to the cult and also fishing. I wanted to stay at the base until the ocean's bounty disappeared, because fish really do sell for a lot. So that's what I did for the past few days. I also made another farm as our cult was expanding and we'll be needing more food than we can actually produce. So I've been sending a lot of my cultists to missionary missions to find meat. Because right now the garden can't keep up. So yeah, I met another NPC that wanted to play dice with us. He is Retao's friend. It's Klonko and Bob. The little worm is Bob, I believe. As I was on my crusade, Calamar visited me once again, and he spread disease to all of my followers present right now, about 5 of them. I really need to go home and cure them, or else they will spread a plague and kill everyone in my cult. Alright, so the next boss is Haborim. It's a spiky jellyfish that summons other jellyfish and shoots like random bullets everywhere. I only had like 2 extra health, but I think this was enough as long as I play it safe. As you can see, my poison is actually doing a lot of damage to this guy. And yeah, eventually it met its doom. And I didn't even get damage, even once. Let's go. You guys remember Pabre? We can now send him to the afterlife. I hope he's happier there and hope he doesn't see Amsodius there. This is the guy who always gets bullied if you don't remember. Yeah, it means more power up for us as well. Also, with all the devotion collected so far, we have upgraded our cult yet again to cult number 4. Let's go. We're already on day 32 and I've noticed we have a lot of old people in the base. So I decided to feed these old people with poison. So we can have more room in the cult. They're gonna go to a better place. They die a natural death from food. Just like Julul right here, enjoying his last meal. And goodbye. Since I needed a lot of new young followers, I made a deal with a spider right here. I bought a new follower every day because I knew a lot of them will die every day as well because they're getting older. We met this guy called Plimbo, and we have unlocked an area called the Smuggler's Sanctuary where he does his business. So we'll be visiting there after this mission. I also met this guy called Ratu. He's looking for his lost lover, the heart of his lover under the demonic sea. And there are dancing hearts here. These dancing hearts are basically something that will heal our health if ever we're lacking. We just need to slap it to death. Oh, this is so sad. A dozen hearts, you see, but none of them are mine. They're worthless to me. I care only for the heart that was once mine, so that I might look upon her face one last time. I feel bad for this guy. Anyways, boss fight time. It's Beelzebub. It's another bush with antler horns and shoots projectile like that. And like every other bosses, pretty easy to deal with. This is a few slap of the curse attack. I think I have a tarot card here that increases the damage of my curse attack. That's why it's so big. Anyways, I can just tank all his damage and slap him to death. And dead. Let's go. Alright, with the success of our previous crusades, it's finally time to fight Calamar. Honestly, he looks really menacing with all the weapons he's carrying. And he's actually really menacing because it's pretty hard to dodge his attacks. I think Calamar is one of the bosses that I have a hard time dealing with, because he summons a bunch of annoying crabs. And our weapon right now is a hammer, a really slow weapon. So I can actually just tank everything while I hammer him down to death. I also have a good curse. Alright, just a few more hits. Yeah, I'm honestly just tanking this. Let's go. We defeated Calamar. Only one bishop left, and we also got another heart of a heretic. Let's go. After coming home, I then cured all the sick followers. Yeah. After unlocking a doctrine, I actually suddenly got visited by this really weird cutscene. There are these snakes all over. So this was the introduction of sin, and has given me a new option to craft new stations that can make sin or have our followers do sin. We also get a passive which enables us to see how sinful a follower is. That is pretty neat. This is gonna be important on upgrading our temples. So we're gonna have to make them sin so we can get some sin. For the doctrine on sin, I chose lust. Now all my followers will dance naked outside. Happy followers, right? And we're gonna be choosing one of our followers to represent everything and bear, I think, most of the sin. I think that's how it works. So if ever this follower's bar of sin gets full, then we can extract some sin from his body. And just like that, yeah, it's full. And we got the sin. It's like a snake thingy. The sin grew within me. I yearn for more to be consumed. So anyways, if we activate this ritual, these guys will be naked for a whole day and they won't do work. It's like what? It's like the holiday ritual. So they have a holiday right now. Dang, no one's gonna be working on the farm. Also, finally, I get enough devotion to get a kitchen. I can now make a kitchen so our follower will cook for themselves. We don't need to cook for them anymore. Unless followers. We have a holiday ritual or this lust ritual where they don't do anything aside from being naked and chilling in the base. So yeah, kitchen, let's go. With the help of our 12 followers, we have unlocked the next area, the Silk Cradle. And the last bishop waits inside here, somewhere. Also, this is the very first time I tried out a gun in this game. It's called the Blunderbuss. I was expecting this gun to be actually really good, but I hated the reload function where it costs bullets to shoot and the damage is not really that high. But still, we attack at a safe distance. The Blunderbuss is actually pretty good in this case. And per usual, the bishop paid us a visit again. It was Shamura. And this guy was an AH. So basically, he summoned our followers, corrupted them, and made us fight them. Poor Beelzebub. I guess his future is dead. And sad thing is, I need a new follower. So yeah, I hate it. We had to kill our follower. We had no choice. Shamura will pay for this. Oh yeah, I met this happy worm NPC. It's Barith. Basically, this NPC introduced us with clothing. And we have unlocked the tailor station. This is where we can make costumes for our followers. Alright, first boss out of 4. We have Focalor right here, a giant spider with multiple eyes. Well, spiders all have multiple eyes. But anyways, Focalor is pretty annoying because he always flies away like that and leave us to deal with his spawn. It's not really that hard. Actually, it's pretty tanky. Now that we're in the last area of the map, they're actually pretty tanky now. And mostly annoying because he keeps summoning spiders to help him. And he does that. A slap on the ground with bursting bullets. But with our curse and our axe, it was pretty easy to deal with, as most of them are. I don't know, I really should have chosen a more difficulty. Normal is, I guess, easy in a way. But I might have suffered so much if I chose hard. Anyways, new follower Getto. Currently, the cult is doing pretty good right now. It's like most of the things I've been manually doing now are automated by the higher upgrades. We have a kitchen, we have a farm area that the followers can do for themselves. And aside from that, we just need a better janitor station, outpost, and other stuff like the seed box. I need something that automate this as well, and the fertilizer box. And once that's done, we're pretty set to like increase the number of followers we have. I'm thinking threshold of around 20 should be manageable. Alright, the second boss out of 4 is a Vifar. I like their blue glow. Blue is always has been my favorite color. I mean. Anyways, this worm is not that hard, as you can see. Never mind, he hurts. But look at our HP, the amount of hearts we have. We have like a disease heart, a green heart, 2 extra heart, and 3.5 heart. So I can just honestly thank this, sacrifice my life to kill this guy really fast. But yeah, let's try to avoid and not be complacent. Anyways, he's dead. What a fast boss fight. Let's go. I usually get visited by the one who waits each time I finish a crusade. But for some reason, this guy right here is the one I met. I'm not sure who this guy is. So anyways, I'm not sure what he was saying most of the time, but well met. I recently leveled up my devotion again, so I unlocked the Grand Shelter. Now I am upgrading most of the sleeping quarters of my followers to a Grand Shelter. It can produce me some devotions which are really good. After we're done making all these Grand Shelters, let's go on another crusade. And again, Shamura visited us while we were on our crusade. And he summoned not 1, but 2 of our followers to fight to the death. I'm so annoyed by this guy. Why must I sacrifice my cultist? It's okay. Just one more boss and we can fight him on our next crusade. We can fight him on our next crusade. I'm so sorry, Salius and Hugri. You will be avenged soon. Alright, so the third boss this time is Auras. It is a giant scorpion. Honestly, this guy was pretty tanky. But per usual, our curse attack is really good. Poison to take his HP down slowly, and every time I collect some fervor, I'm just gonna use my curse attack to deal massive damage on his face. So yeah, there's really no problem to this guy. I just need to dodge, take some poison, and use my curse. And eventually, he dies. Sayonara. After coming back home, I'm not sure what happened to the village, actually. There were so many sick followers, and I'm not sure why. Good thing I planted a lot of, like, these red flowers. These are, the camellias, because these are useful in curing the sick. I think I have enough to cure everyone and maybe have some extra. I'm gonna have to buy more seeds for this for our farmers to plant. Alright, so I also visited this area called the Midas Cave. I have unlocked this sometime earlier, I just forgot when. But anyways, we met with Midas here. He's crazy with gold. There's this really weird function where we can sacrifice our followers. We won't be able to resurrect them, not like I have the resurrection doctrine anyways. I don't know how to get it. But yeah, I tried it out and sacrificed a Valifar. He's getting on his age, so he won't be helping us anytime soon, and he's dying soon as well. So I'm sorry, Valifar. I was just curious. I'm not sure if Midas will give us anything from this, but I don't think he does. He's just happy. Oh wait, he actually gave us a fragment for our fleece. Alright, that's pretty good, actually. We can sacrifice our old people here instead of killing them at home. At the very least, they'll be gold and will be forever seen and remembered as a gold statue. Yeah, I'm sorry. Goodbye. It is so sad. I'm evil. Alright, there's also an area here where we can buy devotion in exchange for gold. So I really need devotion in order to unlock more stations. So I bought a bunch of them. Well, just enough so that I don't lose all my gold. But I donated some gold to this well as well. And there's a chance I won't get my money back. But if ever I do get my money back, I'm not sure how many times it multiplies. As I got home, I found another dead body on my cult. So many old people are emerging in my cult, and there's also a sick follower down there, I noticed. So there's so many things I need to take care of before I went on a crusade. And another old dude died. I was too tired of burying them, so I just butchered this guy. No one noticed since most of the followers were asleep, so that's fine. And finally, it was time to beat up the last bishop. I only had like 3 health plus 1 diseased heart, but I think it's enough. So we'll be fighting Shamura, the big spider, Spooderman. Yeah, he's really big. I have a bundle bus, so I think we're gonna be doing fine. We just need to maintain our distance, use our curse. Oh my god, he threw a lot of bombs. So yeah, this is the bundle bus heavy attack. It basically is a range damage. A concentrated fire of a range shot. Its normal attack is, as you can see, it's like a shotgun. It's doing pretty well, but we're dying. I need to be more safer than this. We have 1.5 heart left. But I think I got this. I just need to evade properly. I'm gonna make use of my advantage of having a ranged weapon. Just scratching him like this is good enough for me as long as I remain safe. This is such a clutch with 1 health remaining, with a half heart remaining. As long as I maintain my distance, I should be fine. And I died. But if you remember, we had a skill where we can choose a random follower to sacrifice so we can live again. This is the first time I'm using this in the game. I never actually died to any boss yet. This was the first. So I guess I was thinking of sacrificing an old follower, but there seems to be no old man here. So I guess let's just sacrifice someone random like Trenabre. Thank you. Your life will be used for a good cause, Trenabre. And with that, we'll live again to hit Shamura one last time. Why didn't he get damage? Anyways, we won. Shamura is dead. We got the last heretic heart to unlock the last skill. Alright, let's go. And so with that, we have unlocked the gate towards the one who waits. We can now free him. In his glory, we shall free him. Actually, before going to the one who waits, let's make him wait longer. Because right now, I'm focusing on taking care of my cult instead of the boss fight. So there's that. So I just watched this door get unlocked, but I'm not gonna enter yet. I'm just here to buy a follower, to do business with a spooder outside. So yeah, I decided to go to the Lonely Shack and challenge the 3 of them for the knuckle bones or the dice game. Because why not? Let me show them how I dominate in the game. The first game, I dominated Flinky, 51 to 24. I also defeated Clunko and Bop. And lastly, Shroomy. I won against him. Let's go. I then paid Sozo a visit and gave him more menticide mushrooms. This crazy guy, I swear. I went to the lighthouse to help this guy with their repair. And they were very thankful and said they would follow our cult. I then unlocked a doctrine called Ritualistic Fight Pit, as I was curious what happens if I did this. I made a bunch of offering areas so I can get free items from the followers. I'm gonna make more. I unlocked Healing Bay 2 and Seed Silo 2. We can now automate our seeds. And also for the Healing Bay, lower cost. Next thing I unlocked was a mating tent, as I was very curious into what happened inside this tent. So we'll see. So for the ritualistic fight, I chose an old man versus Elegus. Let's see who wins. Place your bets. Place your bets. Boom! Oh my god, old man packed a punch. This poor guy. I'm not killing the young one. So we show mercy. And I got a card for this. I wonder what this is. I then made them do a ritual of lust so we can get some sin. So we can try out the mating building. On day 52, I decided it was finally time to visit the one who waits. He shouldn't have waited that long, right? So let's go. We needed about 20 followers, which I have 22 right now. So with these 20, they helped us unlock the gate towards the one who waits. And we have ascended. We have a bunch of choice on weapons here, and I decided to go for the blunderbuss, as I've started to like this gun a lot in this game. And also the Divine Guardian is really good, as it gave 2 seconds of invincibility. And here we are with the one who waits. He wanted us to relinquish our service to the Red Crown and return it to him, and embrace the end that awaits. With his last sacrifice, he will finally be free. He wanted us to approach and lay our head. He has our followers as hostages. This little B. Alright, I mean big B, because he's bigger than us. I refuse. I will not give him the power of the Red Crown. You really, this guy... After you have my followers as hostages, I will betray you. Yeah, we fought with one of his servants, I guess. His name is Baal. He looks really tough, but with the blunderbuss, I did so much damage. He was no match at all. With invincibility, I just, you know, I could just spam his face with bundle buzz invincibility again and again. And yeah, the fight was not that hard at all. That's one down. And then the next one, it's I will take care of this Beastmaster. Well, in your face. Come here. As menacing as he looks, same as the other guy, he's pretty soft. The bundle buzz is doing so much damage. And also our invincibility curse. And that's the second one down. Yes, I'm victorious. You think yourself safe? Do not forget you belong to me. Even after I have slaughtered you, your pain will... I don't know what he said. Anyways, boss time. Let's see how squishy you are against my shotgun. It's not really that squishy, actually. Look at how good the blunderbuss is. Actually, this is a really fun gun. Oh my god, the curse is just so good. I just don't like the reloading time. Like, I could have spammed my let's just call it a shotgun. I could have spammed my shotgun there, but did you believe me defeated? Did you think that to be all there was to be such being as I? Why is this sentence so hard to read? Anyways, second phase. Wow, so demonic. You are corrupt, false idol. Your corruption has no doubt spread. Well, you know, you have my followers as hostages. Why should I obey you? You're such a bad master. Alright, so 3 eyeballs versus me. Oh yeah, this is not hard at all. I think this gun is too OP. Oh, that's one eye down. How can their eyes not be covered in dirt when they're underground like that? Anyways, this attack is pretty simple. I feel like the other bosses in the dungeons are harder. Ouch. Alright, one more eye to go. Yeah. I just stand here and don't take damage at all. That's crazy. Final boss of those. Oh, okay. I got complacent. Boom. And his eyeballs are all gone. And now he has been defeated. You have supplanted me, a vessel no more, instead a crown-bearing deity. I'm at your mercy. Are you to be a vengeful false idol or merciful coward? No longer can you blame your vile acts on me. I'm a merciful coward. Very tempting though. But let's spare him. You'll be a servant in our cult. Into the void. Yeah, it seems we have beaten half of the game. Oh my god, look at this old man. Everyone's already huddled up together. We're waiting for him. Come on, faster. Faster. Almost there. Almost there. And he made it for the final second. Okay, what now? No longer a servant, no less than a god. Yeah, we finished the game. Half of the game, I think. So after visiting the dungeon and the area where the one who waits was, there was a sudden cutscene here. You remember the guy we meet? The one with 2 eyes? Yeah, this guy right here. I seek the newly anointed god, successor of their victims. Fickle beast, do you not feel the boundary between this world and next has begun to fray? Well, basically, this guy said we should relieve the bishops of their agonies. So we have to conquer the dungeon once more and spare the bishops. I named this guy Ice because he has ice. We need to get a god tier from a mini boss. So... Alright, let the crusade begin once more. Alright, right. I had a new doctrine called Gluttony of the Cannibals. Basically, our followers will engage in cannibalism and this will generate us a sin. And we need sin. And since this old guy is, well, old, go my followers. Alright, we got sin. Let's go. Thank you for your noble sacrifice. Finally, we can try the mating thing. So let's see here. Let's use Elegus and Tretty, since they have like some positive traits right there. Tretty has the lustful trait. Oh. Ooh. Okay. It seems we can pick like 2 traits for their child to have. So let's pick a good one. And look, they have an egg. It's their baby. We're gonna make a hatchery for this. And they're very tired after that act. Alright, so you guys go to sleep. You did well. Thank you for the egg. So with the hatchery done, I place the egg at the nest. Now we can tend it with love until eventually it hatches. Everyone take turns on tending it, patting the egg. Right, so here's the one who ate. He's one of our followers now. He has the immortality trait, so he will never die. Or I think so, if that's how I understood immortality. So I'm gonna give him a necklace that prevents him from sleeping. So he's gonna be working 24/7 for his whole life. Right. I now unlock the drink house or the bar. We can now make some beer or other alcohols for our followers so they can generate sin. Yes, more sin. Yeah, so after all the shenanigans at the cult base, I finally did some crusade. And I fought the Valifar 2. So I guess it's the second version of Valifar. He was faster and shoot more projectiles than the first Valifar we fought. But it's not really that hard. I guess they're the same. They have new attack patterns like that projectile that bounces around. But still, it's no trouble to actually defeat these guys. And we get something called the Gods tier. This is basically a gacha ticket to Ice. You know, the Ice guy. The guy with the 2 eyes. I mean, there's a lot of people with 2 eyes. But you know what I mean. So with the god tiers, we can win either a tablet, a fragment, a necklace, or a blueprint. And with this tablet, we can actually get a doctrine we haven't gained. So this was good. This is the Forgotten Commandment Stone. It makes us declare doctrines that we did not choose before. So this was good. I can finally get that doctrine for resurrection. We can finally resurrect our old followers that died. So I just kept doing crusades. And so this was the Amdushas 2. As you can see, kind of squishy. As you can tell by my damage, pretty high. Maybe because I have a godly axe. The godly version of an axe. And the damage on godly weapons are really strong. It's crazy. That's why this godly axe is doing massive damage to this guy. Look at this, one swing just deals like so much damage, and our curse attack is also not bad. But yeah, I think I'm playing too unsafe. I've been getting hit a lot now. It's because the monsters are getting tankier and faster. But anyways, we took care of it. Another god tier on our inventory. Alright, next boss, we have Barbatos 2. Well, they really look a lot meaner and stronger than their previous counterparts, but not that tough. Look at my blunderbuss. It does so much damage to this guy. Especially the charge attack. And yeah, it's already dead. Let's go. And finally, after a bunch of crusade, we finally fight Leshy again. Also, if you notice, I only have half a health. I'm currently using a fleece called a Berserker's Fleece, which increases my weapon damage by 10 times, or basically 1000%. But yeah, the downside is I can only get hit once, and it's over for us. So I need to be careful on how I attack, or else everything will be over in one shot. And there's no resurrection as well. So if I die, I die. But look at my damage though. So big. But I'm not sure if it's worth having only half a health. But yeah, as long as we're careful, we're fine. Lashy's dead. And now we can make him our follower. To the void. Alright. The egg actually hatched. Here's Elity, the baby, the first baby of the cult. He's now level 4. And he looks like an old man in a baby's body. It seems to unlock the next area on this second part of our crusade, we need to sacrifice someone of a certain level. And since Horus was already old, I decided to sacrifice him. And this is what actually happens. He gets eaten by the door. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it unlocks. Remember when I said I made more of these? I did. And look at all the offerings the followers give. It's so much free stuff that I don't need to farm. It's great. So I'll make more. And finally, we have the ritual of resurrection. We can now resurrect our old buddies that have died. Alright, our first boss fight in Anura. It's Eligus 2. He will be an easy target because we have our Berserker's Fleece as usual. Look at my normal attack damage. But if I get hit even once, it's over. So, let's be safe. And it's dead. The Berserker's Fleece is so good, but it's so dangerous at the same time. It's very fun though, because we have to really think not to get hit at all. And now it's official. Leshy will be one of us. One of us. So yeah, I'm not sure if this guy is also immortal, same as the one who waits. But hopefully he is. Because I didn't give him any necklace of skull, which increases his life expectancy by twice. I gave one to Elity though, you know, the baby of the cult, so she can live twice as long as normal. Alright, boss fight again. It's Gushan 2. And with our blunderbuss and Berserker's Fleece, it was honestly very easy. Just maintain distance, hopefully he doesn't hit me. And he will eventually die from... oh my god, danger. Oh, if you notice, I have a controller now. So, but my controller is a cheap control. I died. As I was saying, I had a cheap controller. My motion is quite limited. I can't do anything aside from up, down, left, right, and the direction of up, left, right, down, right. Like, I can't adjust any other direction than that. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense, but basically I can't aim precisely. There's a limit to my motion of a certain direction, but it's good enough. At least I have a controller. Anyways, I kept dying because of the Berserker Fleece, so I decided to go to the Cave of Midas again and made my old men into gold because I wanted to see what happens if I donated a bunch of them to Midas. And now his collection is complete, he said. So he gave me more fragments. But I think that's all he gives, just fragments. And yes, I wasn't wrong. That's the only thing he gives, fragments. So this was the point I realized we need a lot of sin so we can fully upgrade a temple. Basically, each upgrade would give something to the temple, like a new design. Like that, we have a window now. So yeah, I finally decided to remove my berserker fleece because I kept dying. I now wore my usual white fleece. And as little damage as I did, at the very least, I survived more than one shot. Which makes me happy. I can finally like not be stressed about not having enough health to last a long fight. So now, yeah, like, as you can see, we're surviving some attacks. The damage is bad, but at the very least we're alive. And this was Zip R2, a big front. Alright, at the very least we can progress now. We stopped dying again and again because of the Berserker's fleece. And it's dead. With our resurrection doctrine, I resurrected Pabre. You know, remember him? The guy that kept getting bullied? He's alive again. Welcome back, Pabre. I did another crusade at Anura, and now we're fighting Gushin 2. It looks like a very scary frog, but nonetheless, we have five hearts and a half of blue. And we're doing pretty great damage with a hammer. So this fight will end well, is the word, I guess. We have also the invincibility curse. Anyways, it's already day 70 and my goal right now is to get enough sin to fully upgrade the temple before day 100. And also beat all of these newly improved bosses, the bishops, and see what awaits us at the end. So yeah, I kept making my followers do sin so we can get some sin, if that makes sense. Anyways, that's the goal. Let's make them sin more and more. I wish to get more of those commandment doctrines to get more rituals for sin. So this is what happens when they fully sinned. Their eyes became dark and then we extract the sin from their bodies. Alright, finally, round 2 fight of the bishop, Heket. It looks like he has more blood than before. Had he ever had those blood marks? I don't remember. But anyways, he looks more threatening than before. Look at how fast he throws those bombs. It's not really hard. Look at his HP, it's almost half. The hammer is so good damage wise, but the attack speed is really slow. I'm getting cocky here because he's almost dead and I believe I can tank him, which I could actually. Alright. Oh no, he summoned his toad friends. This is the annoying thing about Heket. He usually summons frogs that we need to kill before he appears again. I hate this part. Because I usually lose a lot of health from fighting these low level frogs. So there's just too many of them. It's very annoying. Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh my god, with 2 hearts left, I should be careful. There's so many things happening on the screen that I just have a hard time dodging. Anyways, after I took care of the frogs and Heket came back again, I slapped his face with my hammer and he died. Well, not really. Welcome to the cult, Heket. To the void you go. Alright, so 2 more bishop and we're done. I noticed that there's a level requirement for these doors. I don't really have anyone that is level 7 and currently the one that's closest is Eligas. So I think I'm gonna make him level 7 and sacrifice him. I'm not even sure what level I need to unlock the last door. So it was time to nurture some followers to level 10 at least. So maybe we have one to unlock the final door. So after leveling up Eligas, I sacrifice him so we can open the door. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. And here we face Beelzebub 2. With the sword's heavy attack, I easily took care of him. Next, we have Haborim the second. And as usual, it's not that tough. I really should have picked a harder difficulty, but at the same time, I'm scared. They're still challenging if you think about it. It's just they're not that tanky. And we killed it. Alright, if you notice, I have 3 farm areas now. And the maximum cult followers I have, I maintain it at 25. And my food management is still good because of the 3 farms. And my scarecrows that capture birds so I can get some meat. If I'm ever lacking, I send my followers to get meat on the missions. And now it's time for the bishop fight. Let's see how stronger he is. But for some reason, look at his left side of his face. It's pretty broken. I don't know why. Stay away, mercy, red crown, mercy. So yeah, Calamar fight number 2. Starting from this fight, the bosses and the mobs are starting to get really tanky. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, or maybe my weapon just sucks. But yeah, everything is getting harder. But still, I clutched it with half a heart before he died. Let's go. And we have saved Calamari. Oh yeah, on the Sin part of the stations, we have this fire drums. It's basically a rhythm game. And if you fully complete it, a follower will have a full Sin, which you can extract. So I've been doing this every time the cooldown for this thing is up. It's okay to make a few mistakes, maximum of 4, I believe. If not, then the Sin will not be completed.
Give me your sin.
Yes. For the remaining few days, I just focus on leveling up a follower to a certain level so we can sacrifice them, and also made a bunch of Sin so we can get, so we can upgrade our shrine. Look at my temple now. It's a design you unlock after unlocking a certain level. Alright, right. This is cannibalism, and it's a really great source of Sin. If you cannibalize one follower, you generate a full Sin straight up. But they lose faith. So we can either brainwash them or do a bonfire ritual to get the faith back. I gained another doctrine for Sin, and it's called the Sin of Pride. Basically, we select a follower to take upon all the sin of one singular person. And with this, we can extract a bunch of Sin if most of our followers have committed sins. I really should make them drink more alcohol so they can make more Sin by fighting each other or being just stupidly drunk and going crazy. So yeah, this is the ritual for that. And if ever they get like more than 3 Sin in one singular session, they go crazy. Thankfully for this guy, I only had 2. It took me a while to actually make a confession booth. I didn't know this thing was so powerful at leveling up your followers. It gave like 75% increase in their experience rate. As you can see, it's Fabre and Amdocious again. Hopefully this guy isn't the same bully as he was when, you know, he died a natural death. So we'll see. Oh, okay. He's not a bully anymore to Fabre. That's good. Good guy. We're gonna be making the ultimate sacrifice. Fabre as our first level 10 follower. And now, we'll need to sacrifice him in order to open the final door. I'm sorry, Fabre. You've been into so much your entire life. And now, you have contributed a lot to the cult. Let's go. Anyway, I also unlock another doctrine for Sin. It's called the Rite of the Wrath. Basically, it makes your followers crazy. As you can see here, I will be choosing one that would lead this calamity or havoc. Look at that crazy eyes. They're currently brainwashed right now, so they won't be losing any faith even after this crazy thing they're doing. What the heck is that? Oh, it's being covered by the temple, but they're fighting each other. So Janana was injured. Julgrebre became a coward. And then they're destroying structures of the base, these crazy fools. And they destroyed a shelter as well. Oh my god. But I'm hoping after they return, they come to their senses that wrath is not the answer. Yeah, look, they're happy. For the remainder of the days, we only needed to do the last part of the dungeon. So a few more dungeon crawling and we should be done. But we do need a bunch more sin. So this is gonna be an everyday thing where each time a cooldown is available, I will make them sin. I will make them more alcohol to go crazier. But so anyway, I'll try to manage their destructive tendencies as long as we gain sin. That's all good. Alright, so the first boss of the final dungeon, the Silk Cradle, is Folklore the second. And as you can see, we're doing pretty great. We're not having a bad time. It's pretty okay. We have a lot of health in reserve. So we're good. I also have this relic that gives me invulnerability for quite a few seconds. All in all, the boss got tankier, but nonetheless, we prevailed. And with the 4 sins I collected, I upgraded the temple to Icon 5. Now we had pillars in the temple. There are basically 4 designs available, the original and 3 other. And we're currently at 5, so 4 more levels, I guess, and we'll maximize our temple. That's like every level is an additional 2 sin required. But worry not, we have a lot of doctrines for sin. So yeah, this was the part I realized. I thought the one who waits betrayed me at one point because I gave him a lot of sin. But it was actually just part of a gimmick in the game that if they have too much sin, they go crazy. Like this guy right here. He bore too much sin and it consumed his soul. And he is so angry against us. I will find you in the next life and punish you for this. So I was like, damn. And as I begun my crusade, he did appear again and tried to hinder me on my journey. He's so angry. Oh my god. So basically, they're not really a threat, but very annoying though. Their attack isn't that strong or that crazy. But, like I said, very annoying. And he appears constantly, not just once. But he'll be back for more. But on the 3rd kill, they will go back to their senses. And you can send them back to the void again. And resummon them at base. To the void. Alright, the second boss is Horus the Second. It's a giant scorpion that looks weirdly mutated and very poisonous. And no matter, our blunderbuss will do the trick to kill him easily. Blunderbuss? I keep pronouncing it wrong. And eventually, it died. And look who's back! The one who waits. Yeah, go on work, buddy. Alright, I have my first ever disciple. This is called the Ritual of Discipleship. It basically, once you have unlocked a level 10 or a max level follower, you can make them your disciple. Not only do they help with the cult on the basic stuff, they also help in managing dissenters and other stuff. So the baby, remember the old man baby? He's the very first level 10 we have. It was way easy to level him up compared to the other followers. I don't know why, maybe it's a perk for being born at the cult. Next boss, we have Vifar the Second. It's a giant glowing worm. Why do I feel like we already fought this guy? I just can't remember. Anyways, this guy wasn't that hard. I'm not sure. Maybe I have a damage boost tarot card right here. But yeah, we dealt with him pretty quick with our curse and our sword. Just spamming the curse button and like killing all the other surrounding spiders. I was kind of nervous, but never mind. He was actually dying, so no problem. We killed him. One more dungeon dwelling and we should fight the last bishop. Have you guys ever seen a giant poop? Here it is. It contains a large amount of poop. And finally, here we have the last bishop fight. The fight with Shamora. He's a giant Spooderman. I have 3 demons now because I know this is going to be the last dungeon dwelling I'll be doing that takes a bunch of effort. The dagger's heavy attack is actually very strong, especially on large monsters like this guy. I swear to god, the shaking in this game is very chaotic. It's so hard to look at the screen. Like, I'm always confused where my character is each time the screen shakes. I never really checked if there was an option to remove it. Anyways, as you can see, we're already victorious, even if I tank this. And he's dead. And we have defeated all the bishops. And saved them. So with all the missions completed, I talked to Ice. I have completed my task and the bishops are no longer trapped. So I think this means we finished the game already. We'll see. Oh, I have a trophy. I can make a statue of the one who waits. Alright, and what else? All hail the Lamb, the God of Death. Oh, we have a new fleece. God of Death fleece. Oh, so we did finish the game. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we're still far from 100 days. So let me just collect more sin and fully upgrade the shrine. That's the remaining goal I have now. It's time to sin! Sin some more! More power! So yeah, anyways, the past few days, I'm just gonna focus on making sins. And with this, I finally fully upgraded the shrine. And this is what it looks like on the aesthetic of the nature. And this is for the aesthetic of bones, fully upgraded. Next, we have the aesthetic of gold or Midas. So day 97, I completed everything I wanted to do in Cult of the Lamb. So we just need to spend the next 3 days, I don't know, sleeping. Having nothing to do, I made some clothing for a few followers. Basically some modest robes to some followers who doesn't have any clothes with them. And here we are finally, day 100 of Cult of the Lamb. Let me give you a tour to the entire cult. Alright, thank you guys for watching the 100-day journey. So here is the farm. We have 3 areas for farming. So we wouldn't run out of food. Here's my tent. Here's my extra propaganda thingies which I don't use. The healing bay, and this is where the village is. And this is where they collect stone, wood, or planks, whatever. I have so many right now, so we don't really need any of them. And this is the confession table. And here we have their pooping area. And this is where the alchemists do their work. And this is the prisoner area. Why is he here? Alright, let's release him. Yeah, go be happy. What else? Here is the area for sin. We have the bar here where they drink their alcohol. We have the kitchen here. Some decorations, the tailor, some tabernacle, which I don't really use. And this is an area where people still poop because I don't know why they do that. Anyways, There we have a toilet, but they don't use it. Here's a random giant bull statue. And here's our demon ritual area. And this is our offering area. As you can see, there's a lot. I can receive a lot of offerings. And here's the morgue and our grave area. That's basically it. And the trophies. Alright, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I would appreciate it if you tune in for more of my upcoming videos in the future. Bye now.